Hi everyone! So for the final part of my skin series, I decided that I would make it a little bit more conversational and talk about some of the masks, oils and things like that that I like to use probably 1 to 2 times a week just to perk up my skin a little bit and make it look a little bit healthier and brighter. So I've decided to split this into 5 categories. I have brightening, hydration, blackheads, spots and oil. So I'm just going to kick things off straight away with brightening. Now my skin, it does go through dull moments, especially through winter. It just seems to be lagging a little bit, and when I wake up in the morning, you know, when you just wake up and you look in the mirror and you're just like, oh no. That is how my skin makes me feel. So when it is a little bit like that, I like to use masks that are going to pick up my skin a little bit, give it a little bit of a boost and make it look a little bit brighter. And when this happens, one thing I like to use is the Sanctuary Spa Covent Garden Thermal Rose Clay Mask. Now for this, you start off by using the serum, so you just smooth this all over your skin and then pop on the mask. Now as it says in the name, this is thermal, so it does heat up on the skin, which is a really nice extra experience, I feel like, and it does recommend that you just go and lie down with a warm cloth over your face just to open up your pores and get things working a little bit better. I've never tried that, but I've never felt the need to because this one works regardless. I really like that it smells a little bit like rose as well, and it's a really nice thick kind of like clay consistency almost. So it's a little bit of hassle to get off the skin, like it does take a little bit of buffing to get it off, but when it's off your skin, it doesn't work straight away, but when you wake up in the morning, I feel like my skin looks a little bit brighter and more alive. Another one that works like that for me is the Body Shop Honey and Oat 3-in-1 Scrub Mask. Now what I like about this one the most is the consistency of it. It's a little bit like porridge. There's oats in there and it smells like porridge. There's no getting around it. It's a bit weird to put on your face and feel like you've got breakfast on your face, but I really like it. I like going in the bath, applying this and just lying back and relaxing. One thing I will say about this is that as it dries, it does get a little bit flaky and the oats just start to kind of come off a little bit, which is a little bit annoying, but apart from that, I really like it. It does what it says. It's a scrub mask, so I think you're supposed to buff it in. I don't really do that. I just apply it and then leave it for about 10 minutes to just brighten up my skin and make it look, again, a lot healthier than it did before. This one, I do see results faster than the other one, so within the evening I'll probably start to see this has worked a little bit. Now finally, for brightening products, I am going to go for one that I'm a little bit on the fence on. Now I'll start off by telling you what it is. It's the Keels Midnight Recovery Concentrate. Now I got this one just before Christmas because my skin was looking a bit dull and I was suffering from really bad blemishes and I wanted something to clear that up, and I've heard that this is really good for helping with spots and acne scars and things like that. Now I'm gonna first off say that hasn't worked for me in terms of acne scars and spots, but I feel like when I put it on at night and then wake up in the morning, my skin does look a little bit brighter than it did before. Whether or not it's this or something else I'm using, but I'm pretty sure it's this. That's all I've really seen with it, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, we all need brightening products too. Just I wish it had done what it said and helped with spots, but there are other things I have for that. But if you're looking for something that's going to brighten up your skin, I would go for this one. Now for oily skin. Now I only have one product for that, and it is the Clarins Lotus Face Treatment Oil. Now I got this about 2 years ago now, and as you can see, I'm only like a third of the way through. So this stuff does last a really long time. Now I go through phases. My skin is either super dry or super oily. I can't seem to really find a balance. But when it is oily, the thing that I like to reach for is always this. Now when I went to pick this up, the woman at the counter actually said that this stuff counteracts the oil in your skin. So if you apply this for a week, your skin will stop producing too much oil and then go down to producing a normal amount to counteract this stuff. Whether or not that's true or not, I have no idea. I'm no expert in facial oils or oily skin, but I have noticed if I use this for about a week straight, I will see a significant improvement in my skin. My makeup will go on so much better and last so much longer. So if you have oily skin, I cannot recommend this stuff enough. It is really, really good. Now also for my blackheads, I have only one product that I like to use really for that. Apart from my day-to-day, I use exfoliant. I just like to use a liquid exfoliant But when my skin is really needing the extra help with blackheads and open pores, I like to use the Ren Glycolactic Radiance Renewal mask. Now this is like a gel-like consistency, and you just smooth it on your skin, leave it for about 10 minutes, and you do feel it working. It tingles a little bit and it feels a bit weird on the skin, but that's kind of nice. I like that. I like to feel like my masks are working, and then you just rub it off, and I don't feel like you see any magical difference straight away or anything, but if you use it for like, I don't know, like a month straight, once a week, I feel like my pores and my blackheads do look significantly better than they did before. Now on to spots. Now I've had people ask me on Twitter and things like that how I have such good skin. Now I'm going to say straight away that I don't. My skin is terrible. You'll see from my tutorials the before and now to the after, it's a big difference. I do not believe that any of the products I've found personally have really helped me with spots. I'm still looking for that magical product out there, so if you found it, please let me know what it is, because I can't find anything to help with my skin. Now I do think this is primarily down to the fact that I'm not the healthiest person in the world, and my skin is suffering because of that, and I think until I sort out my eating, my skin is not going to really fix itself, and I don't think any product is really going to fix it the way I want it to either. However, when my skin is particularly bad, I obviously like to try and just decongest it a little bit, and for that, the one that I use the most is the Origins Clear Improvement Active Charcoal Mask. Now this is to clear pores, but I also find that it does help with spots as well. It just soothes them a little bit, and I feel like if I have particularly bad ones, it kind of either brings them to a head or calms them down a little bit, which is always a good thing with a mask. What I like about this one is you just apply it all over your face for about 5 to 10 minutes, just until it's dried a little bit, and then wash it off, and I do feel like my skin feels different straight away after I've used it. Like, it just doesn't feel as like clogged, if that makes any sense at all. So I really do like this one. I would recommend it. Now, a kind of unexpected product that I found helped with spots was the Origins Transcription Youth Renewing Face Oil. Now I picked up a sample of this. Now this sample is literally half the size of the normal bottle, and this one is going to last me at least a year, I think, because I don't really need to use that much and I don't use it all the time. So if you can get your hands on a sample, I would totally recommend it, because they give out really good samples, but if not, I would recommend it regardless. I saw such a difference in my skin over the winter when I was using this, because my skin was particularly bad then, and I just applied it every night. I wouldn't put a moisturiser on, I just put this on, and in the morning I just feel like my skin looked a little bit clearer, like a tiny bit better. Even that makes such a difference, especially if you've got particularly bad skin like me. Now for my final little range of products, and that is the ones that are going to help with moisturising your skin and hydrating your skin a little bit, and most of these are actually from Origins, because that is my favourite brand for skincare, really, that and Clarins. But apart from that, I actually have one from Clinique, and it is their Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. Now this is one that I particularly like because it's not overly heavy. Like, I feel like with a lot of moisture masks, it's really heavy on the skin, and in the morning you can either still feel the product, or just in general it just overrides your skin a little bit, and then it feels greasy after, or the next day or a few days after. This one I feel is one that you can use pretty much every day if you've got like really dry skin, or just like moderately dry skin and you just want something a little bit extra. This is the one that I'd go for, because it's not too heavy on the skin. Now for ones that are a bit more for people who are looking for perking up really dry skin, I have 3 from Origins here, and I'm going to just put them into little like categories. Well, not categories, but how strong they are of use. So I have 3 here, and I'm going to start with the lightest of the 3, I think, which has probably surprised some people, because I think a lot of people use this one, and it is the Origins Drink Up Intensive Overnight Mask. Now, just the word intensive, I think, makes it seem like it's going to be super, super hydrating and thick, and I think it is. Like, it is really thick, but I found for me personally, I never feel it on my skin the next day. Not to say that's a bad thing, but I think this is one that I would probably use twice a week if I had really dry skin, just to hydrate a little bit. It is by no means the most hydrating of the Origins masks, and that is why I'd say just to use it probably twice a week. What I like most about this one is that it smells amazing. It smells a bit like papaya or tropical, kind of tropical, which if you like that kind of thing, get that one because it's really good. Now on to probably medium for how thick it is. I'd go for the Origins Make a Difference Plus. Now this comes in 3 different kinds. There's a gel, a cream, and then a thick cream, and I think this is the thickest one you can get. This one smells kind of like plants, like outdoors, which I really like. But yeah, this one is one that if your skin is particularly dry, I would use probably once a week. It does make your skin a tad oily after you've used it, I've found, but if you've got dry skin, that's probably the best thing for you anyway, so I would recommend this one. I don't use it that often, it's not my favourite. I don't know why, I just never came around to using it. I've had it for about 3 years and I'm probably just about halfway done now. But yeah, I think if you've got dry skin, it's a good one. Now probably for the mother of all moisturisers, and I think this one is the best one I've picked up if you've got really, really dry skin, and that is the Origins Calm to Your Senses Stress Relieving Face Mask. Now this one smells like lavender and chamomile, which alone makes it an amazing mask for me. I love those smells. If anything, I wish it smelled a tiny bit more like that. And I have a review of this product on my blog, which I will link below. But what it is I like about it is that it is thicker than most. Like when you rub it against in your hands, you can still see the whiteness. I'll actually put a tiny bit. Like you can still, as you're rubbing, it takes a while. It's like suntan lotion. It takes a while to blend in, which I think shows just how thick it is. And I put this on 3 days consecutively, which was a bit of a mistake because I felt like my skin then was overpowered with moisture. But if you do have really dry skin, that would probably be the best thing for it. So if you do have really, really dry skin, I would go for this one. Now that's me showing you pretty much all the masks and treatments that I use, and that is the end of my skin series. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really liked sharing more skin-based products rather than makeup for a change, which is really nice. So if you want to see anything like this in the future, please comment below and let me know. And in general, if you like this, please like and subscribe. And if you haven't seen the rest of my skin series, just keep watching at the very end. There will be links to both of those videos on there. Thanks for watching. Bye.